we go. Fun and games. Hey everybody, and welcome. Give people some time to find me. Thank you for sharing space together on this 2-2 day. 2-2-2-2 day. Let me know if you can hear me okay and all of the practical stuff in this lovely Mercury retrograde. I'm just coming out of the Wednesday healing field, and so I'm still very much in those frequencies, and I was just guided to be here at this time at 2 o'clock here in California. If any of you aren't familiar with the Wednesday healing and light transmission, it's a beautiful field of frequency that's been activated since 2013 and evolving since 2013. Sally Phillips, Sally Sharon and myself are the co-anchors on this plane. Really, it's our teams, our amazing teams that bring this through. And it's 1:30 to 2 Pacific time, or your time. Nothing to be done, no sign up, no call, just attune, and you will receive in perfect divine alignment. So I highly recommend that every Wednesday 1:30. You can also access at any time. So you'll feel some of that coming through, and my guidance is usually always just to lie down and let the frequencies move through, which is what I was just doing. So I'm in that zone. Do let me know when you hear. Put a comment in the chat and say hi. Let me know what's happening in your world. I want to hold a space together for what wants to come through in terms of frequency, which of course is happening anyway, but we'll go into that a bit more in a moment. And I just wanted to try and find some words about by now. In the transmission just now, I was really getting a sense of this upcoming month being really juicy, was the words that were coming, really juicy. Very rich, certainly a very rich time, right? I just wanted to say a little bit about our evolving and new capacities for multi-dimensional embodiment. That is to say, to access more and more expressions of our source stream, soul stream, which exists in other dimensions, spaces and times, and to access this here. And for some of us that have been awakening multidimensionally for a while, we're familiar with some of what that can be like. Right? It's been alive for me consciously for more than 10 years. And I have to say that what I'm experiencing now is unlike anything I've ever experienced before. There really aren't words that can do it justice. But just the other day I had an experience where really time out of time, it could have been 12 hours or 20 minutes or anything in between, and it was a couple of hours. And when I finally could bring myself out, it was the hardest readjustment I've ever had to being human, not in terms of being way out or being spacey, but in terms of how much is actually embodying structurally. We are reconfiguring at such a rapid rate, and on this occasion I literally had no references. I couldn't understand English for a bit. My brain couldn't engage in that. Trust your experience. even as your experience presents as something unlike anything you've ever known before. Trust it. And what we're called to do is to keep finding our feet, our heart, our centre that is not fixed, but is eternal, and that is known through this earth perspective. So the 22 frequencies, 222, well, they hold many things depending on where we look from, but it's certainly a calling to our highest expression. And for me, there's always a personal resonance around truth. Truth, not necessarily in any kind of ultimate sense, but truth as we discover it, just as I was just pointing to. To be authentic, to be honest with what is here for us on multiple levels. All of the conditioning supports references within a certain spectrum. Right, there's very little available that supports us in the vastness of our multidimensionality, of our galactic selves, our elemental selves, our ancient selves, our indescribable selves, and the richness and fullness of our human selves. I'm inordinately passionate about living awake, living full, living truthfully as what we each are. Each one of us truly is an absolutely unique spark. A unique spark with multiple colours and flavours, and it's just amazing. Let's take some breaths together. Facebook isn't showing me who's here yet, but I feel you and I welcome you and I meet you whenever you are here in space and time. Let us breathe together, and in the breathing, perhaps feeling some shift internally, some softening. We really are continuous works in progress, and we are whole. We are whole. But what can be known continues to evolve. So as we drop in and focus on just the flow of breath, feel what happens inside. I'm very aware of vibration in the cells. I'm aware of both space and movement. Perhaps you're aware of the interconnectivity that comes more fully up to the surface when we turn our awareness here. We can literally feel and know each other more deeply. Not the superficial, not the form, not the words. At a deeper level of vibration and of silence. Let us breathe this and let us breathe it in. Let us receive ourselves. Everyone that we encounter is a fractal of Source, reflecting. Are we willing to see each other? Are we willing to see each other, whatever the appearance, whatever the costume, whatever the story? And gosh, there are perhaps more narratives being heard than ever, with these explosions, with these burstings up of collective shadow and a rising of light. Are we willing to see each other through all of the noise, to feel each other and to know what is true before all of this? Let this be our nourishment. Let this be our nourishment, where we feed our souls, our hearts, and we bring this back to daily life, to everything. We are not here to segregate or separate ourselves in any way. Sure, we're going to taste that again and again, but we are here to shift this dream. Mituya machiana na kiora yamaka ahaye, nea tai mokoria, e mina ya tariakia, she imo huye nete, iana taria ko ahaye maka, yenete ka ahaye ma ura, ia mahiara hiki ka ahaye, yenete e uya, she imaya tarina ia. Let us send comfort out to all who are still somewhat asleep or are having difficulty contacting themselves in any moment. Let us send comfort. Mituye macha, ne turia ka ahaye, ne metea chia amakuya, ne tia yamakiare tia, she emetaria. Now I can see you, Agneta, Michelle, Suzanne. The rising of the shadow and the rising of the light go hand in hand together. Absolutely, because we are whole. It's a very common confusion and misconception that we are, well, that we're anything actually, but they're one or the other, and that they can be separate. We are divine union. We are the dance and the marriage between light and dark, formlessness and form, masculine and feminine. Okay, let's just drop into the breath again for another moment. And I'm just really getting the message again to emphasize allowing and receiving support. We can call it in, but be ready to recognize it and to say yes when it's right here. There's such a field of support right here. So there's a deeper level of everything, and there's a deeper level of receiving and penetration. We can recognize the inordinate levels of light. Can we actually let it have us? Can we let it have us? Can we let it fill us? Yeah, things will change. Things will change in ways that our ego cannot control. It never could. What are we here for? What are you here for? Maybe you have no idea. Maybe this is a question that just can sit and sit and open and open and open in curiosity, in love. Maybe it has a multitude of answers and no answer. So meeting as we do, whether for a moment or longer, is one of the sweetest, sweetest gifts of this earth dance. Meeting, true meeting, in the heart, soul to soul. And I feel us here, and I celebrate it. That's why I do the work that I do, the play that I do, the joy that I do, and call us together in circle, in sacred space, in the moment, in the availability, in the deep availability to the moment, together with our combined presence for what wants to come. It's one of the most deep places of homecoming, allied with our own unique personal journey and personal love affair, that which can only be navigated alone, as it were. This is our dance, unique expression of Source that's inseparable from Source, and that we meet in each other. So there'll be a gathering on Sunday. There's twice monthly circles, and there's one this Sunday at 11 o'clock. I put the details on the post, and you do have to sign up, but it's open. You're so welcome, and we really get to create and discover the most extraordinary things together. So if you feel a call, we'd so love to have you. For now, I want to thank you for being here. It's 2:20, another 2:2. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your bravery and saying yes to your soul, whatever that looks like for you, and to keep saying yes. The small ways matter. The small ways matter every day when we have choice points. And we are so, so adored, so held. We are being called home in every moment. Hey Thomas. Thank you for being mirrors to this one. to each other for meeting in truth, for meeting in love. Let's feel each other here as we walk on. So much love.